What's up, everybody? Scheller here, and today we're going to be talking about Overwatch and will there be an economy in Overwatch. So we have 3 questions and we'll answer all 3 of them in chronological order, and we'll just sum it up at the end. So to begin, will Overwatch be free to play with skins and purchases, or paid with drops, then like DLCs and such? So that's one of them. And what kind of monetization system will Overwatch have? And finally, will there be an economy in Overwatch? So before we begin, I just want to state that a lot of the things in this video will be assumptions, but they are backed up with some facts based on previous Blizzard games and some information about some of the more current popular games. So to answer the first question, will Overwatch be free to play with skins or paid to play with drops? We'll have to look at the assumed business model of Overwatch, which would be most likely free to play, because pay to play is not too popular out there in the current world, and because of Blizzard's newest games, Here's the Storm and Hearthstone, which are free to play and largely successful. Primarily Hearthstone. HOTS is not as popular because of League of Legends, which is also another free to play game out there, which is using the skin system, and they are largely successful. And it couldn't be subscription based just because of the fact that it's not the type of game like a FPS that would have subscriptions, and it's not large enough because there's only a few maps currently and there's only a few characters. Although they are releasing more, I highly doubt they're gonna charge a subscription because of that. On to the next question. What type of monetization will Overwatch have? Complete reskins, weapon skins, armor skins, or perk cards like in Dirty Bomb. If you've ever played that, you can open crates and you have a chance to get some decent reskins, but they also have perks along with that on a card, which they do not have trading on yet, but I think they're planning on it later, which would also bring me back to that game because I kind of got bored of it. But anyway, there could also be drops that require you to purchase items to like open them, a lot like CSGO's model. So for my assumption for this type of monetization, I would assume it would be weapon skins / armor skins, plus a drop system because of how successful most Valve games are with this system, like TF2, Dota, and even CSGO, which all use that same system, which were added a little bit later into the game after the game was already just like an FPS or just a MOBA. They added them later, and if Blizzard is also feeling ballsy when like they're creating these systems, they could also add a real auction, money auction house like they did in Diablo 3, but sadly removed it later because they wanted to add it to consoles. So hopefully they add some sort of auction house system. Maybe they could do a Dirty Bomb style, but then also add a in-game money system or something like that, because a lot of free-to-play based games are going with that in-game currency, but you could also pay to purchase those. So the monetization could go any way, but it could also go the direction of Blizzard's MOBA and card game, which is obviously HOTS, and Hearthstone, which are both free to play, but they both use the monetization system of complete reskins / revamps of their heroes, which is quite successful in both HOTS and Hearthstone, but more primarily in Hearthstone. So it could go in 2 directions, and either one would be okay for me, but I'd prefer the auction house system with reskins. And finally, the last question and the general overview of my assumptions. So finally, will there be an economy in Overwatch? The main question everyone's been waiting for. And this mainly depends on the route Blizz takes with the route of pay to play or free to play and the monetization system. So we're just gonna kind of do some theory crafting. So if Blizzard takes the route of skins and armor along with a real money auction house, they could possibly see a big new game to trade on, and a lot of revenue coming in, because they could also do little taxations on the auction house like they do in Steam. So that would be big revenue bringer. Or they could just take the route of having an economy which could trade skins. Like, you could just buy skins and just trade those within your friends. Like, you could get a rare skin or something, a lot like League, like where they have skins that come out for a certain amount of time, and you could just buy those during that time, and once that time's over, you could just trade it. You could do that, but I wouldn't see that as being as successful as like an auction house system. But this all depends on how and where Blizzard takes Overwatch and like what they want to do with the game. But if anything, I'd love to see the real money auction house system and reskins or revamps. Maybe more or less more like armor reskins and weapon reskins, because that is a lot easier to trade, and you'll have a lot more variety if you take that path, and they'll probably be a lot easier to make instead of complete reskins and revamps, which take quite a long time, especially if you see it in a lot of MOBAs. And especially since this is going to be a first-person shooter, you're going to have to like keep the hitboxes and everything the same. So I feel like it would be a lot easier just to do like the little weapon reskins and armor reskins. But I don't know, maybe Blizzard wants to go try hard and they could just decide to go all out and revamp and reskin the entire person and their voiceover. But tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. Will there be an economy in Overwatch, or will they just leave it to League's way and just have reskins and revamps? So thank you guys very much, and don't forget to leave a comment, leave a like, leave a favorite, and subscribe. And also check out my Instagram and Twitter, both in the link now. I'll be doing a nice little giveaway on there. I'll have another video on that as well. So yeah.